Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode. My name's Katie and today it's all about the spring bulbs, one of my favourite things. So first I'll be going through all the varieties which I've chosen. That includes tulips, alliums, daffodils and crocus. And then I'll be planting them out into the apple tub, and I'll also be creating a bulb lasagna container as well. This just so happens to be one of my favourite times of the year, and I realise I probably say that quite a lot during the whole year but there's just something really exciting about getting the allotment ready for next year, even though it's quite sad because it's all looking a little bit empty and a little bit deflated and a bit sad. You are sowing those seeds of hopes and dreams for next year, and spring bulbs are one of my favourite things to plant out because, like I said, you've just got all those dreams and visions of how the allotment is going to look next year. You've hopefully learnt from some of the mistakes that you've made this year, and spring bulbs are one of the first things to bloom on the plot, so they're always that little bit of happiness. So yeah, I put my order a little bit late this year. Every single year I say to myself, order your spring bulbs early, get the ones that you want, and then every single year I leave it till about end of October. And then of course most of the varieties which I had my eye on before are already sold out, so there's a little tip: get your spring bulb order in as soon as possible. However, I did manage to get a few varieties which I really wanted, and I also spotted some new varieties which I've never grown before to replace the ones that I wanted in the first place. But I am really happy with what I've ordered. Ordered from 2 different companies, so we'll start with Peter Nyson. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I usually order from this company, they're really good, but yeah, most of the varieties, like I said, that I wanted were gone. But anyway, let's go through. So I have got 20 of the Tulip Green King, which are one of my favourites. I think they might also be known as Spring Green. But yeah, 20 Green Kings. They are a green variety. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love green flowers. So I ordered 2 lots of 10 of them. 2 lots of 10 of them. Then I also ordered 10 tulips Princess Irene, which are a mixture of pinky, orangey and purpley. Again, I tend to go for colours which are a little bit subtle, a little bit vintagey looking. I don't really like your bold yellows and your fuchsias and your bright reds. I like the vintagey colours. So that's my sort of theme. So 10 Princess Irene and 10 Twilight Princess. I think the Twilight Princess ones are white with green flecks in them, so I thought they'd look really nice with the Green Kings. And then I also got some Narcissus, so I got some of my favourite, which are Sir Winston Churchill. I love these are my absolutely favourite daffodils, so I ordered 10 more of them. And I also ordered 10 Narcissus Hungarian Rhapsody. Never grown them before, but I think they're like a frilly pinky colour. Again, with the daffodils, I tend to go for ones which are a little bit more different. I don't like your bog standard bright yellow daffodils. So yeah, gone for slightly different ones. So that was all the order from Peter Nyson. And then I've tried a new company. Well, they're not new, but they're new to me, called Farmer Gracie. Let me put these down here, actually. And as you can see, the box is a lot bigger. And I will explain why in a minute. Obviously, there's more varieties in there, but there is one lot of bulbs, which I ordered quite a large quantity of. So I think the invoice is here. Oh no, where have I put the invoice for that? Oh, there. I can't really miss it. Look at the beautiful paper. Right, so from the farmer Gracie, I ordered 100 mixed crocus, so 2 bags of 50 of the mixed crocus. Not sure where they're going to go, but we'll find a place for them. I'm sure we will. And then I also noticed these, and I wasn't going to get any snowdrops, but these looked absolutely stunning. So I ordered 10 of them, and they are the Flora Pleno snowdrops. And my idea is to maybe put them in a little terracotta pot and put them by the patio once the patio area gets cleaned up. I just think they look, they just look simple and beautiful in a little terracotta pot. So that's the plan for them. That was my little bit of an impulse buy. So it wasn't too bad, really. So I've got my crocus, got my snowdrops, and then the tulips which I ordered from Farmer Gracie were Queensland, which is a double variety, but it's like a pale pink frilly one. And then 10 Purple Lady, which are just a simple dark purple colour, which will match the shed really, really nice. So they're the only tulips I got, and then the only other thing I got from Farmer Gracie, which takes up most of the box, are 10 alliums. And the variety is Gigantium. I grew 6 of them, 2 sets of 3 over on my old plot, and they were so beautiful. And I knew I just had to have alliums over here. The plan for these is to put them in the flower border in between our 2 sheds, but I'm not sure where at the moment, so these might have to wait to be planted out for a couple of weeks until I plan that area out, because I want to have sort of perennial flowers there, so I need to plan what's going where before I put the alliums in. But yeah, there's 10 of them. You can buy them in sets of 9, so I'm going to have to do 2 sets of 3 and then a 4. But yeah, really excited about them. So that's all the bulbs which I've bought online. When we were at a garden show, I also bought some bulbs. So I bought 10 called Flower, which again are a little bit of a mixture of colours, but I think they are purpley pinky colour again. And then I bought 20 of my all-time favourite tulip bulbs, which are La Belle Epoque. I really cannot do these any justice by explaining them to you, because they are just so stunning. But they're just a vintagey deep pink colour with double bloom. They're so beautiful. They almost don't look like tulips. They look a bit like peonies, but they're just so beautiful. So I got 20 of them. And then the only other bulbs I have are the daffodils, which I saved from my old plot. I dug them out of the trough, and they're just in here. Some of them are starting to bloom, so they need to go in. But I think most of these are the Sir Winston Churchill. There's also Yellow Cheerfulness, My Story, and Sophie's Girl. And then I also just dug out some daffodils, which are called Thalia. They are like a triple bloom variety, a triple head, variety, just pale white, and yeah, they're beautiful. But I'm going to be planting them up into the apple trough. I think I haven't really planned where I'm putting all of these tulips. I'm going to be doing a bulb lasagna, obviously. So I'm going to choose which bulbs are going to go in there first, and then the rest of them will be going into the apple tub in the middle of the pathway. And then if there's any left, we will find homes for them. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think the first job is going to be planting up that apple tub. That's going to be the biggest job. So yeah, just need to decide which ones are going where now. So here we have our apple tree container, which has our James Grieve apple in it. We only moved this over last year. It used to be in the ground, and so far so good. It seems to like it in there. We didn't get any apples this year, but we think it might have just been stressed from the move, and also we found that you need to water it a lot more than you would do if it was in the ground, because containers do dry up a lot quicker. But anyway, around the apple tree looks quite bare, so we thought we would plant some spring bulbs into the tub just to give it some colour. I think it just looked really, really nice in the spring, especially as it's in the centre of our pathway. It's like the main feature of the plot. I just think it will look so beautiful with the spring bulbs and then the apple tree in bloom. Yeah, it's hopefully going to look really, really nice. So I've chosen my tulips, and what I'm going to do with the daffodils is I'm going to use all the old ones which I moved over from my old plot. So there's a mixture in here. I've got my Thalia ones here, but there's Yellow Cheerfulness, My Story, Sophie's Girl, and Sir Winston Churchill. I'm not sure which ones are which, but we will know when they bloom. But first of all, I just want to quickly say that bulbs love good drainage. So if you are planting into a container, then make sure you've got good drainage in there. We have drilled holes in the bottom of this one, and obviously likewise if you are putting your bulbs into the ground, just make sure it's not a really boggy area, because they really, really like good drainage. Also, this is quite deep. We're not going to use the full depth of this container. The tulip bulbs I'm going to plant at about 8 inches deep. The daffodils will be about 4 inches deep. And then I'm thinking, if I have any crocus left over from my bulb lasagna container over there, I might put some crocus in the top as well, but they'll be planted at about between 2 to 3 inches deep. So really, we are doing a bulb lasagna here, in a way, but I will show you that in more detail in the smaller container. But yeah, I'm not sure how many this is going to fit in, so I'm just going to try and get in as many as possible, just spacing them between 2 to 3 inches apart, and yeah, see how we get on. Tool wise, you can use a dibber or you can use a trowel. I love using dibbers, and my dad made me this one for a Christmas, I think, a few years ago now. But this part here is actually 8 inches, so it's really, really handy because I know how deep I need to plant my tulips. Right, let's start. Put my hair up first. Get the long mane out of the way. It's growing so quick and I haven't had a chance to cut my hair yet. Right, let's put some of these in. So that tub is done. I've just put the tulips in and the daffodils in for now. Like I said, if I've got enough of the crocus, then I will put them in as well, about 3 inches deep. And as you can see, the Thalia daffodils are already poking through the soil. They're going to be a lot earlier than the other ones. I took them out of the container, which I'm just going to plant up again with a bulb lasagna. So they are quite far in front, but yeah, it's just going to mean they're going to be a little bit earlier, which is absolutely fine. I didn't use all of the tulips. There's about 20 or 25 here left over. So over the next week, I will decide where to put them because I'm not quite sure where they're going to go. I will find room for them anyway. They won't go to waste. But But what I'm going to do now is show you how to make a bulb lasagna in a smaller container for your patio. So what I'm going to do now is create another bulb lasagna in near enough exactly the same way as I did with the apple tub, but on a lot smaller scale. So this will be perfect for your patio, and it will add colour to your garden from January all the way up until May, because obviously you're layering your bulbs up. So that first layer on top, the crocus or the snowdrops, they will flower first, and then the daffodils, and then the tulips. So yeah, you just get a nice riot of colour that will just last months. And it's also a great way to use up a small container, because you can just pack it with lots of gorgeous bulbs. What I'm going to do first is pop 2 inches of soil into the bottom. And I do just want to quickly mention again about the drainage. Obviously we're using a vintage container here, a galvanised one. We've drilled holes in the bottom just like we did on the apple tub for the drainage, but you can use any type of container that you like. Just make sure that it's got good drainage on it. So yeah, I'm going to put 2 inches of soil into the bottom for that first layer of bulbs, so their root system has enough soil to accommodate them. So 2 inches of soil in the bottom, and I have marked the tub out. I'll be putting the tulip bulbs in 8 inches deep, the daffodils in 4 inches deep, and then the crocus will go in about 3 inches deep. Again, very similar to the apple tub, just on a lot more smaller scale. So I'm using this lovely bulb compost from Dalefoot. And it's nice and moist already. So about 2 inches of soil in there. One more handful. Really shouldn't be wearing a white shirt today. Right, so I've got about 2 inches in there, and then we're going to pop the tulip bulbs in, and I have chosen to go in this container the Tulip Princess Irene, and then I'll put some more compost on top of them, and then my Narcissus, the Hungarian Rhapsody, they'll be going about 4 inches deep, and then more soil on top of them, and my mixed crocus will be going about 3 inches deep. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, doesn't matter too much about where you place your bulbs. If you place a bulb on top of another bulb, the sprout will just grow around it, so don't worry too much about where you place them. You know, they can be on top of each other. So I've got 10 of these bulbs. I'm going to place them about 2 to 3 inches apart, but I have only got 10 of these, so they might need to go a little bit further apart. I think I forgot to mention when I planted the last bulbs in the apple tub, but the pointy end needs to be pointing upwards. That's where the sprout will come out of, that's where the flower will come out of. Right, so they fit in there nicely. So I'm just going to layer that up with some more soil, then put the daffodils on top, so they're about 4 inches deep, more soil, and then the crocus, making sure they're about 3 inches deep. And then that is it. We just need to wait until spring. So that's that job done, at least for a little while anyway, until I decide where to put the rest of the tulips and where I need to put those allium bulbs as well. I need to do a little bit of planning before I plant them out, but hopefully they'll be in the next couple of weeks. I always like to plant my bulbs, spring bulbs, out around the middle of November when we've had our first frost, because the frost will kill off any diseases that you have in the soil. So I always do it when we've had our first frost. We just so happen to have 3 mornings of really, really hard frosts last week, so hence why I'm putting them in a little bit earlier than I usually do. But it's not too late, absolutely not too late to put your spring bulbs in, so don't panic. But I do have some very, very exciting news. You can make your own bulb lasagna, just like I've done, in one of our very beautiful vintage galvanised containers. All you need to do is enter the giveaway over on the Lavender and Leeks blog. I'm afraid it's only UK residents due to the postage charges, and you get this lovely vintage container, as well as some bulbs which have been especially handpicked by me, and they include 10 La Belle Epoque tulip bulbs, which just so happen to be my favourite tulips. And then you also get 10 Sir Winston Churchill Narcissus bulbs, which again just so happen to be my favourite daffodil bulbs. And then to go on the top layer, you get a big bag of 50 mixed crocus. So yeah, well, we've done a few giveaways before, but I'm really excited about this one. Really, really excited. So yeah, just head over to the blog and you can enter to win all of this. I should just mention that the giveaway does end next week, which is... when is that? What are we on now? We are on the 8th, aren't we? So the giveaway ends on Sunday the 15th of November. So make sure that your entries are in before then. I thought I'd better mention that in case people are watching this video and the giveaway's already ended. But yeah, the giveaway ends on the 15th of November 2020. And you can win this container and those bulbs which I've just mentioned. So yeah, don't forget to enter if you want to win. Anyway, it's starting to get dark. It gets dark so early now. I say it every single year, but still can't get used to it. We still say, doesn't it get dark really, really quick now? But anyway, I think I'm going to head home, have a cup of tea. Forgot to bring some milk up again, so I can't have a cup of tea here. Last thing I want to just quickly mention to you is that the Lavender and Leeks 2021 calendar is now available to buy. It's available on the website www.littlepurpleshed.co.uk. It's only available there because I can offer international postage. We don't do international postage on the Lavender and Leeks website. So if you want one of the calendars, then you can head over there and buy them. I can send them to anywhere in the world. And I'll give you a little sneak peek. And it just so happens to feature if I can find him, my favourite photo of all time. So yeah, you can buy this at the littlepurpleshed.co.uk. So yeah, home time, definitely home time. I know people have been asking why Teddy isn't in the videos, and that's just because he's a little bit of a troublemaker. So I can't actually get any filming done when he's up here. I need to do a little bit of training with him yet, but hopefully he will start featuring on the videos very, very soon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.